Is
Will, long time no see, my friend.
good to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. We've had camping, we've had a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You had camping. I had a wedding, not my own,
yes.
but my but
Can
my
you imagine if this is the way we announced you got married?
that would be messed up. Um, yeah, my brother-in-law's wedding, if I may use that term somewhat loosely.
Yeah, I think you can.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I almost, I mean, they've only been dating for what is it, 8 months now or something, but I saw this like funny Facebook post the other day that was like something about a sister-in-law, and I almost tagged Amelia in it and said like, can you imagine if I sent you things like this?
That's funny. We're jumping the gun a little bit, getting into this conversation when we should be enjoying that suspenseful part of every Smug Bud stream when you tell me whether or not the stream is working.
It's working.
Yeah, can you've confirmed that already?
I've confirmed that it's working.
And
Yeah.
we can both be heard
Yeah.
and at about the same volume.
Yes.
Well, terrific. Then I don't mind telling you before we get started on our gameplay that Dana and I went to the movies last night.
Yes, you saw Old.
Oh, you know already, yeah. So
I know that you saw it, but how was it?
can you pretend that you didn't know
Okay,
that
yeah.
for a second?
Yeah,
I
sure.
just wanted to lead up to it by saying, well, we could have gone to the Loft Cinema, our local
Hmm.
artsy fartsy indie movie theater, uh, to see Pig, for example, the film starring Nicolas Cage that I've heard
What are
great buzz
what is
about.
what is with all these barnyard themed movies?
Pig and Lamb, and
Yeah.
yeah. So Pig's out now, but we didn't go see that. And we could have gone to see The Green Knight, which David Sims called the first great movie of 2021,
Hmm.
and which is playing at both the Loft and the big multiplexes. So we got tons of opportunities to see that. But we saw neither of those films that I want to see. We got old. We went
How
to.
how how was it? Because I have a lot of feelings about this movie I haven't seen.
It's good. It's good.
Really?
It's better than. Well, yeah, I would say yeah. It's better than the meme that it has spawned.
Wow, okay.
The
Because the
meme
meme is pretty
the
funny.
meme was very funny for a couple of days, and then it became so prevalent on my Twitter feed that
Did you
it's
mute the word old?
no, nor did I, nor have I muted the word beach. I haven't muted any words,
Hmm.
not in this case or any case, but uh, it went. You know, it's not a simple matter of like, oh, this dead horse is being beaten, so it's not funny anymore. It's beyond that. It's like all I could think about. My mind was
It
just
was one of those for you.
just playing a broken record of like beach that makes you old, beach that makes you old. So I resented the meme for getting in my head so
Hmm.
thoroughly. And yeah, the movie is better than that. It's somewhat goofy,
Hmm.
but it is not goofy in what I would consider an embarrassing way.
Yeah.
It's fun,
Okay.
but it is also a little bit more than that. It is not just a goofy, fun B movie. It also has at least one moment of genuine, transcendent, like, I'm not pointing and laughing at this movie. I am feeling what it wants me to feel.
Yeah, yeah,
And there's at least a few like very good performances.
yeah. Hmm.
At
Well, it's
least
got Gail uh Bernal. what is his name?
Is that the guy who plays the father of the
Yes.
main family? Yeah. Um,
I love him. I can never remember his name or how to pronounce it.
the best performances, in my opinion, are the grown-up kids.
Okay. Yeah.
Specifically the two main ones. Um, and then there's like one or maybe two performances that kind of made me go like, uh, what is it about this dialogue that like you don't know how to deliver it? It's strange. But anyway, I would recommend seeing it. Um,
I
we
I
we enjoyed ourselves.
wish I could have seen that movie without having ever seen a trailer, because I saw the trailer and I got to the end and I was like, I think I get it. And then it just said old on the
Mm-hmm.
screen and I lost my mind.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
was like, why did you name it this? Name it The Beach, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Anything but old. And then every time I saw the trailer, I was just like, I feel like I don't need to see this movie. And I don't mean that in terms of um like I know M. Night Shyamalan is like famous for his like quote unquote twists, and I'm not sitting here like, what's the twist gonna be? Like, I don't care about that. I just mean like I felt like I got the entire conceit of the movie. I could imagine myself being horrified as
yeah.
things were horrific.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I feel like I don't need to experience this now. I feel like I get it.
Yeah. Um, on a like horror level, you basically can get it from the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
but that one transcendent moment that I'm talking about, like, it's worth it for that,
Okay,
and
fair.
that you won't get that from the trailer. There's also some pretty interesting trailer to movie comparisons that Dana and I discussed when we got home,
Mm-hmm.
including the fact that I haven't rewatched the trailer since seeing the movie, but in my memory, I swear, in the trailer, there's a moment where Vicky Creeps, who plays the mom,
Yeah.
says, "There's something wrong with this beach,"
I think that's right. That
it,
sounds right.
which makes me laugh because it's the understatement of the century. And also, how could there be something wrong with, like, anyway, I was waiting the whole movie for her to say that, and she does not say it in the movie.
um
And that's not the only example of something we spotted or remembered from the trailer that we didn't remember seeing in the movie.
I know that happens occasionally. I very specifically remember it happening with
With
Rogue
Rogue
One,
One, yeah.
which was like famously heavily edited. And
Much discussed, yes.
um I have one movie update for you,
Ah, yes.
which is not super exciting because it wasn't me, but I sort of forced Kenny to see Green Knight on Thursday.
Oh, you and Kenny saw The Green Knight?
No, that's not what I said. I
Okay.
forced Kenny to go see it.
Okay.
Kenny was like, I really want to see this movie. And Kenny doesn't get to do a lot of stuff by himself.
Okay.
Just with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Before pre-pandemic, oftentimes he would go read for an afternoon at the library, and clearly that's not happening. He's not going anywhere. Whereas I sort of do stuff by myself because I do this, and
Yeah.
he has to watch Elliot. So I said, I think you should go. And I looked up, and they had tickets for an 8 o'clock showing on Thursday, which seemed wrong. Kenny was like, "Is this a midnight showing?" And I was like, "No." But he saw it and he really liked it, and he said it was really weird. And he has said not much else, which makes me think that he actually really liked it and wants me to see it. And so he
Mm-hmm.
can't. He's like so closed off about. He really wants people to like experience things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I his silence indicates to me that it's a good review.
That's good. Yeah, I'm excited to see that film. I have a much greater desire to see that film over Old. Um, but we chose Old for a reason that should be obvious by now if you know me. Um, Between tonight and tomorrow, there will be a new episode of the Blank Check podcast, which is about the movie Old,
I see. Yes.
because M. Night is a director that they have
Yeah.
covered in the past. So had to get it in before that deadline.
Yeah, I also specifically wanted Kenny to see Green Knight in case there was some sort of like revelatory moment
Mm-hmm.
or scene or something.
Something that could be
Um,
spoiled by the internet.
yeah, and so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, go because I know you are more dedicated to really experiencing things than I am.
Mm-hmm.
I pushed for him to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but what are we doing today on the stream, Will?
Yeah. So let's talk MTG. Um,
Do you know, sorry, one small note. Do you know that I tweeted something about MTG once and immediately somebody was like, "Do you mean
Marjorie
Marjorie
Taylor
Taylor
Greene.
Green?"
Yeah,
And I was
I
like,
took a
"No."
I took a screenshot of that because I thought it was so funny, but also because it was about me. Because
Oh, oh,
you referenced me in the tweet, and
yeah.
the person who replied said, referring to me, "Is he a Marjorie Taylor Greene expert?"
That's right. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah.
I
So
was
that
so I was so annoyed when that happened.
so that's kind of unfortunate, but also I think it's very funny.
Yeah.
So regarding Marjorie Taylor Greene, I mean
Hmm.
Magic the Gathering,
Hmm.
like day one, basically, or literally, of drawing, pulling cards from the new set on Arena, you got Tiamat depicted behind me.
Yes.
And you said you wanted me to build you a Tiamat deck,
Yes.
which I haven't forgotten about, and which I have given a lot of thought to. And that leads me to an idea that I got yesterday, which is learning a new format in order
Yeah.
to make that happen. So, looking at the Tiamat card, there's an obvious challenge, which is that it has
Yes.
a very high casting cost
Yes.
that includes all five colors.
Yes.
Now, beyond that, when I was brainstorming how to build that deck, I
Hmm.
was thinking, well, the secondary challenge is that you may never draw Tiamat.
Yes.
So how do you get Tiamat from the library into your hand?
Hmm.
And how many card slots do you occupy with those tutors? Tutor is like a shorthand in Magic for a card that lets you search for another card.
Oh.
And then, but basically, my answer to this question was, well, in paper Magic as opposed to Arena, you probably wouldn't do what I was tasking myself with doing.
Uh-huh.
And if you had paper Tiamat, and you were little more than just a casual player, you would use Tiamat as a commander.
What does that mean?
Okay, so I was going to ask you if you recalled if I've talked to you about commander at all. But
If you did, I do not remember.
commander is a different way to play Magic that you cannot play in Arena.
Oh, okay.
And it's very popular, and in fact, it's popular enough that Magic the Gathering prints cards that are specifically for Commander, um, as a not as a kind of I don't know what's the word, addendum or something to a
Yeah,
set,
like
to a standard
a
set.
DLC.
Sure, something like that. So in a game of Commander, you build a deck of 100 cards. Every card, except for basic lands, has to be unique.
Okay.
No copies.
No doubles.
One of the 100 is a legendary creature, has to be legendary, that you select to be the commander.
Hmm.
When you start a game of Commander, your commander starts the game in the command zone, which is an additional zone in
Hmm.
addition to, hand and library and battlefield and graveyard and exile,
And
There's
sideboard, depending on what's happening.
right. There's a command zone where you can cast your commander from the command zone, sort of as if it was in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that solves the problem of having to search for Tiamat, because you'll never have to search for him. He's
Yeah.
it's much the closest thing in standard is Ikoria has some creatures that are companions. Have you seen this in any of your games where you might notice it because when you see in the top left your opponent's name, you'll also see a little like paw print symbol and then the name of a card.
I don't think I've noticed that ever.
And that's and that's their deck's companion.
Mm-hmm.
And a companion is a creature in a standard game that starts the game in a special zone where it's not in your hand until you pay 3 to put it into your hand, at which point you can cast it. And every companion has a condition on it for how you have to build your deck in order to use it as your companion.
Yeah.
So it might say like no cards with a mana value greater than 3 in your library or something like that. So the difference being that if we play a standard game and you have a companion, you pay to put it in your hand and then you cast it and then I kill it, it goes to the graveyard like any other creature. In a game of Commander, if you cast your commander and the commander is on the battlefield, anything that would remove the commander from the battlefield puts it back in the command zone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Where its casting cost goes up by 2, but it can be cast again.
Yeah.
And the other rules for commander are like you start with each player starts with 40 life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, which makes sense if you have so many cards.
And then
because you'd want to play a longer game.
And then I'm not sure I remember this 100% correctly, but I think there's a rule that says if you take, I think the number is 21 damage directly from your opponent's commander, you lose the game regardless of your life total. so there's an additional way to win or lose.
Yeah.
So I had all this in my head thinking to myself, okay, if Commander were in Arena, then we would use Tiamat as a commander, but Commander's not in Arena, so how do you make a standard deck? And then it wasn't until yesterday that I remembered, and this is easy for me to forget because so far up to this point, I've only played Standard and varietals of Standard in Arena. There is a format in Arena called Brawl, and Brawl is a lot like Commander.
Oh, okay.
It's basically 60 card Commander.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I haven't played it yet. I've only read about it. So the game might correct me later if I'm wrong. But I think you start with 25 life.
Okay.
But the rest I think is the same. You have a commander. It's in the command zone. Every card has to be unique except for basic lands. And there's 60 cards. And I guess, some formats in Arena, you might be aware of this. They do some formats in Arena that are like just for events that are temporary.
Yes.
And they're kind of testing new gameplay modes to see if they're successful and popular. So like one of those is 100 card Brawl.
Oh, okay.
Which is enough to make you say like, well, then isn't it just Commander? And I think the answer is they won't call it that because Commander means having all the cards that are made for Commander, but they're not going to put those in Arena.
Yeah.
So Brawl is just like the arena version of Commander, and they're always going to be called separate things, even though they're very similar.
I wonder if who makes Magic the Gathering?
Wizards of the Coast.
I wonder if Wizards of the Coast has like a librarian.
Who would do what?
Like an on-staff librarian who has all of the cards in a library, any additional materials, and like is there to be called upon to remember and know where to look for things in terms of different iteration. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody that would be like maybe an archivist is a better word.
Yeah, or like a historian.
Yeah, someone that has like that runs a room. I'm assuming it would just need to be a room with all of the information that's ever been made that they can then reference and call to the forefront if they need help trying to figure out things like this, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe. I think a lot of that has probably been digitized, but despite that, there may be a person in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Would be an interesting position to be in, and an interesting person to meet if they exist. So I thought we would start by building you a Brawl deck with
Yeah.
Tiamat Commander, and then I'm going to build my own Brawl deck with a different commander, and then if we can successfully pull that off, then we compete with them.
I wanted to tell you I did fight a Tiamat deck
Yeah,
like last week.
I saw my first Tiamat in a standard game like only a day or two ago.
And it destroyed me
Mm-hmm.
immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. I think I conceded after that because I think it was hopeless.
Oh, I let it play out to destroy me because I wanted to see. Well, because then I was like, I need to see what they did. And then it was like
Mm-hmm.
over and I didn't remember anything. So it was not particularly useful. But
Yeah.
so do you want to get control of my
Yeah, I think share your screen first. Let me make sure that okay,
it says host disabled participant
I
screen
just
sharing.
remembered that was going to happen and try it again because I think I fixed it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share my Magic the Gathering screen.
Very good. And now I'm going to request remote control.
And I'm going to approve. And then I'm going to not touch my computer because sometimes I forget.
So I think the first question that we have to answer is what do you think?
Do you see the name of my goblin deck, by the way?
Gobble gobble. That's very good.
Do you see the name of my bard's deck?
Song of Myself. That's good too. My goblin deck is called Goblin Mode, as in going goblin mode. So I want to pose the question: what is your preferred, or our perhaps shared preferred solution to the challenge of how do you handle the every color casting cost problem?
I don't know. So earlier, as a side note, earlier when you were trying to figure out how to do, you said you were trying to figure out how to do this, and you were like, "Well, really, I do a commander deck." In my head, I was like, "My solution to this problem was to have Will do it."
Yeah. So let me give
Because
you
I have no idea how to do this.
let me give you a couple of examples of possible alternatives, and I think you may know enough to have a preference.
Okay.
Um, there's a version of this where we, you know, put in lands representing the whole rainbow.
Right.
There's a version of that where we focus on basic lands, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
another version of that where we focus on
Dual.
Yeah, non-basic lands, basically all of which will come into play tapped, but they'll give you
Mm-hmm.
multiple colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then the alternative to all of that is that we hone in on maybe two colors,
Mm.
but the other colors are going to come from treasure, because treasure you can
Right.
make any color with.
That's how they did their Tiamat deck.
Yeah,
The
with
person that I saw.
lots of treasure sources.
So,
The other actually, and one more thing.
mhm.
The other thing is that green, gives the most, like, getting more lands down and different sources of mana.
Oh, I didn't know
Now,
that.
now a lot of those are, so like you've probably seen a lot of games with cultivate.
Yes.
So we could focus on cultivate, in which case
Hmm.
like the main color would be green, and you have four cultivates, and each cultivate is going to give you two of the other colors. Because with cultivate you can search for two basic lands, so you could find the ones you're missing that way.
I do you have a gut feeling? Let me just very simply in a word, do you have a gut feeling?
I thought if I were doing this for myself, which I played around with but never fully committed to it, my thought was, well, I'll do it with treasure, and
My thought is treasure too. Okay, let's do that.
it'll be mostly black and red.
Yeah.
But the other way I thought of doing it is if you have or can easily have four copies of Prosperous Innkeeper. Prosperous Innkeeper is a green card that gives you a treasure.
Mm,
So there could be like four of him and four cultivates.
I see.
Um,
We'll see. Do I have Prosperous Innkeeper? Can you check?
yeah, let's check. I think it's an uncommon.
Now that I have a better sense of how this filtering search system works, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
it's so pleasurable. I think you spelled innkeeper wrong.
Oh yeah, I missed an N.
Oh, okay. I have one, I guess.
Okay, so two things.
No, I have none.
You do have it. Two things.
Okay.
Sorry, I need to readjust. I'm in the old way of deck building. We
Yes.
can't have four copies of anything.
Right. We can't have any
I
copies.
kept saying four copies of Cultivate, four
Yes.
copies of the Innkeeper. I have to forget. I'm gonna mess that up 100 more times because I've only built standard decks. The other thing I meant to say is I left something out of my explanation of Commander,
Hmm.
which I believe also applies to Brawl, which is one of the reasons Tiamat makes an obvious commander, is that whatever your commander is
Hmm.
dictates the colors that you can use in that deck.
Oh, wow. So Tiamat's perfect then.
Yeah, so Tiamat means you can have any card in here. But if your commander had only one or two colors in its what is called a color identity, then you can only use that color or those colors. Now, an important, I should say occasionally important thing to note is that color identity is made up of all the symbols anywhere on the card. So, like, I have in real life a card called Golos something. It's called a Golos Ancient Pilgrim or something like that. And it's a legendary
Just an old guy.
artifact creature. It's colorless, but it has an
Oh.
ability
Uh-huh.
that the cost of the ability is white, blue, black, red, green. So
Got
you
it.
can use that as your commander and, like Tiamat, have cards of any
Access.
color. So
Color
sin,
identity just makes me want to be like, man, color identity isn't binary, you know? It's not black and white. I don't
that's
know why they're trying to force these color identity politics on us.
that's beautiful. It's a beautiful sentiment. So I'm gonna
I
do a
think we should do it with treasure. I think
yep,
it makes sense to do it with treasure. I think it makes sense. It'll give me the most flexibility, which is what I treasure in a
yes,
deck.
very good. All right, so I did a search for treasure, and so let's see how many of these cards will create treasure for you. This one certainly will. This one as well. This one here. This one uses treasure, which we don't really want. This one can create treasure. So does this one and this one.
I will say it is a little bit freeing that you can only put one in because you can just be like, pew, 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 pew.
Yep. Yep. Okay, this one, it's very unlikely to create treasure. Um, this one will work. Don't remember.
She's on a dragon.
That's true, but she's a dwarf berserker. So, yeah, we're not gonna. This is not a dwarf tribal thing,
Sorry,
so we're gonna
Magda.
overlook that. This could work. This one creates a treasure token. So does he. I'm glad you have Zorn. This is a very good one to have.
I have been opening so many packs, Will. Just like so many packs.
Yeah.
I haven't checked to see how many cards I have uncollected.
Yeah. This one uses treasure. This could work. I'm gonna zoom in so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better.
How many? I'm so sorry because I foolishly didn't move my video picture. How many cards are we at right now?
We're at 39 already.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to make some cuts because we need to get some dragons.
Ooh, so you're gonna do the
and lands in here.
you're gonna do the edit down method.
Yeah, I'm just throwing in everything black and red that creates treasure right now. This one creates treasure. This guy does not. So, yeah, now we get into...
Wait, I think that little guy does.
This guy?
The Storm Kiln? Whenever you cast or copy an instant, you create treasure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to put it in, but he does create treasure.
That's true. I was thinking of when he enters the battlefield.
I see.
Not in general. I think I'm going to table that for now, unless you want.
No, I'm not. I'm not attached. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding.
Okay.
Kenny loves that mimic card, by the way. That's like his favorite card.
This is a treasure.
Yeah.
This could be useful, and this one creates a treasure when it enters. Okay. So let's see what dragons you have. And just as a reminder, what we're going for is...
I guess this is especially good because it says you can look up for 5 dragon cards, not named TNF, that have different names. So this also works really well because you already are going to have them with different names.
It's in the standard set, but it was really made to be a commander.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so is the card that I'm going to use as my commander.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Less so, though. Much less so than Tiamat. Okay, yeah. Doing a search for dragon.
By the way, Will, I wish you could be here today. It's like the high was like 77 and it's like partially cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we have all the windows open. It's like not in any way chilly, but not in any way hot. It's like neutral. It's like it's not body temp because body temp is 98.6, but it's like body temp.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so this one's black and red, so we're definitely going with this one.
Nice.
And then We're just throwing it all at the wall right now and seeing what
Yeah, we're
sticks.
like playing pasta. And me
So,
playing pasta.
so I'm gonna put in any what's it called? Strixhaven Elder Dragon that has one of these two colors in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to put in the Quandrix one, but I am going to put in this one with red and two with black. Um, red has a lot of dragons.
And look at I have so many of them.
Yeah,
I love that one.
the one with the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But oh, not even that. I just mean like I love the name of it. Inferno of the Star Mounts is a baller name.
very cool.
I like the art.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to use this. Yeah, this doesn't make sense for a thing you can when you can only have one copy of it.
Mm-hmm. Also, Terror of the Peaks, incredible name.
Yeah, that's a classic. All right, well, I'm not super familiar with this. What, as an additional cost, exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Deals X damage to each non-dragon creature, where X is the exiled card's mana value. Yeah, okay. Not gonna use that, probably. Oh, is that all the dragons? I guess it is. I guess we're gonna have mostly red dragons. What? Let's take a look at your. Oh wow!
Will,
You have a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of saved these up so we can do these things.
Good to know.
Though
Okay.
I have been playing around. You saw I made those couple other decks, that Warlock deck, which I almost have right and I can't figure it out, and then my Goblin deck, which I feel like is as successful as it will be.
Yeah. So I'm gonna modify this to show not collected. Okay, yeah. So how do you feel about using?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Okay, that was easy.
What am I gonna do with it? You know, I mean, don't make 30 of them, but yeah, it's
Well,
fine.
obviously, I'm gonna make only one. Okay. Let's talk lands.
I think you still have the uncollected up, so it's like being weird.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I am going to, out of curiosity, I'm going. Oh, it already has done this. Okay. I assumed that this was not done already.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say I'm going to hit suggest lands out of
Oh yeah.
curiosity, but I don't need to do that. So let's look at this. Okay, so we've got 21 creatures, which is good. 12 of them are dragons, so that's good. Got 5 instants and 2 sorceries. We got 24 lands.
Which I guess is okay if we are planning on making treasure.
Yep.
Can you hear the children?
Yes.
Let me see about closing this really quick.
Okay.
I hate to close this window, but they're getting rowdy.
Gonna look for some removal real quick. How about power word kill?
The irony is I can't even see them.
The children.
Yeah, they're just like down the street. I can't see them from my my castle window
Hmm.
since I'm on the third floor.
Yeah. Just putting in some removal spells.
Oh yes, save us some time.
Let's look at red instance. Let's do one of these. We're up to 59.
Oh, okay.
We already got a Dragon's Fire in here, so that's a burn card already. Let's do Demon Bolt. How about that one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's reset this. Come on. I guess I have to hit OK after that. Okay, where are we land-wise now? And where are we? I mean, at a glance, this doesn't look terrible.
Oh, you make me feel so confident, Will.
You know what? You know what's missing is we need to look at some of the non-basic lands.
Oh yeah, we should throw in some duels in there, especially for black red.
Or, I'm even going to look at the artifacts in case you have a useful mana rock. I think what we'll do is we should throw in an Evolving Wilds.
Mm.
And
So does Evolving Wilds count as a childless, as a colorless land until you then sacrifice it?
If you're asking, can you tap it for a colorless mana? The answer is no.
What does it do? Nothing. It just lets you search.
It lets you search.
Okay.
This is an example of okay.
There we go. I see it
because
now.
it has that
Yes.
specified. It does that.
Because when you play that, it plays. I've seen people play that card, but it plays in the land space.
Yes.
Which is why I was asking. Like, it doesn't play in the artifact space.
Right. It is. Yeah. It is a land.
Yeah. A manaless land.
Yep.
More like a cloud, if you ask me.
Okay. I think I'm going to use a rare wild card on Fabled Passage.
That's fine. Are you going to do this version or the
identical version except for the set symbol?
Yes.
Gonna put some respect on Eldraine's name by choosing that one. So importantly, Evolving Wilds and Fabled Passage, they will both let you search only for a basic land. So I think in order for those to be useful, you have to have a basic land of each color.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So right now, going by what's suggested, I think it removed. There were 2 plains and a forest in here. It's removed those as I added Evolving Wilds and Fabled
Yeah,
Passage.
there's just 1 plains and no forest now.
So we need a forest and an island for what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
And
God, the forest cards are also good, by which I mean I just like things that are green.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've noticed. Did you see my tweet about what happened at the playground?
No, I don't recall.
I'm like walking by, like following Elliot around, because basically being at the playground with Elliot just means that I'm like making sure I don't lose sight of him.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at the what we call the castle playground, which is this like huge playground. It's like wooden, it's like very old school. So it's got this huge castle play thing that's like sort of L shaped, maybe even like 2.5 sides of a square.
Yeah.
And then a ship. There's a whole ship. It's not as big as the castle, but it's still really big. And so it's sort of I can't just sit there and sort of watch him, even though he's like old enough to be more dependent on smaller playgrounds. And I'm walking by, and this group of like 6 or 7 kids, I hear them go, "Oh my god, look, it's Billie Eilish." And I was like,
oh yeah.
but Will, I was like, I wasn't looking at them, so I was just like,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, it's Billie Eilish, and I was like, what do they mean by? And then it like dawned on me that they were talking about me. It like did not. It took me a second, and I turned around, and they were all like, and I lost it. I was laughing so hard. And then this small child was like, "Ma'am, excuse me, are you Billie Eilish?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "No." Also, it's opposite. Her hair is opposite of mine.
Right. Yeah.
But it was one of the sweetest and cutest things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, that
I was
rocks.
really delighted.
There's a moment that is not entirely dissimilar from that in the movie Old. One of the people on the cursed beach turns out to be a famous rapper.
Oh, yes.
Not in real life.
His name's like Sedan or something.
His name is Mid-Sized Sedan.
That's right.
Which people are enjoying. Yeah, I did see that tweet, but I sort of didn't process it. So I'm glad you brought it up. And it also reminds me of, I just had the thought today, and I thought about making it into a tweet, and then I thought like, nah, I can't. Like, this seems too much like I'm bragging. But I've just been thinking about Adam Driver.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen, presumably because of the pandemic, this is the way that this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I think before the end of the year, we're getting 2 movies, both directed by Ridley Scott, both with
mm-hmm.
Adam Driver,
mm-hmm.
The Last Duel and House of Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen the trailer for both of them now as of yesterday. And
I don't think I've seen about Last Duel at all. I have about House of Gucci.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were talking about Annette.
Well, I was just about to say, and that's not even to mention Annette, which is I think of as the Sparks movie, because I saw that movie, the documentary, The Sparks Brothers.
Right.
And it's sort of their movie. They did the music. Thinking about all, we get like 3 Adam Driver movies a year, or we see a lot of him. And I just had the thought, like, I think it is kind of weird and very funny that like one of the most bankable and like renowned actors working today is a dude who people agree looks like me. It's a weird phenomenon.
You just need to turn into a centaur, Will.
Does he do that? Did
Did
he
you
did he do
did you see
that?
that commercial for that new very fragrance? He's in a perfume commercial
Uh-huh.
where he is swimming with a horse and then at the end becomes a centaur.
Oh yeah, I guess I missed that, or I'm only just vaguely aware of it.
Let me try to find the I think it was a Reductress headline about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh centaur is the word. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just the onion.
Just taking a look at what these different dragons do, because I threw in a bunch of them without reading them or being super familiar with them.
Oh yeah, of course. Gotta learn. I can't find the actual like funny headline now, but there was this headline that was like it was like, well, I guess you're it was like, well, I guess we're attracted to centaurs now. So how are we going to deal with that?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it was like being attracted to centaurs isn't that much different than being attracted to horses.
Mm-hmm.
It was for Burberry.
The commercial.
Yeah. Like these aren't the funny headlines, like the fake news headlines, but like from the cut, the headline is Adam Driver becomes a sexy parentheses question mark centaur in new Burberry ad.
Mm-hmm.
There's one from Yahoo that just says, "We have been attracted to centaurs for a long time, actually."
Touche. Um, I can't think right now of how I am going to improve upon this.
Okay.
Do you have a name in mind for this?
Um, what is she? Like, isn't she like Queen of the Dragons or something?
Tiamat?
Yeah.
My children will rule over all. That's the flavor text on Tiamat. That tells you basically everything I know.
Call it the Mother Deck.
Okay.
You're like, I don't think that's a good name, but okay.
All right. My turn.
Okay. Are you ready? Did you stop sharing my screen? Or do I
Uh,
need to stop sharing?
yeah, would you stop
Yeah.
sharing?
Where are you? Button that lets me. Oh, here we go. Stop share. Hey.
Just booting up Arena myself now.
Booting it up.
Giving it the old boot.
Auden sent me a message earlier, by the way, that said they were going to watch the stream. And it says, this broadcaster has indicated that this channel is intended for mature audiences. And they were like,
Viewer discretion is advised.
I say some swears, guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, how's this coming along? I guess I can start sharing now. Ah, yes, my bronze ranks from playing 0 ranked matches ever.
I'm still mad I didn't get that email, by the way.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I even looked at my account settings to see if I could like turn on emails and I didn't find anything, but maybe I did a bad job of looking.
Yeah, I don't know what I did to deserve that. Um, so I have done a little survey
Hmm.
of my own legendary creatures that I've already collected. And I found one. How am I going to do this? Let's try. Let's try that. Hey, there we are, right at the top center. How about that?
Ooh, love it.
Um, do you know this guy Volo?
Bolo.
Volo,
Bolo.
Volo
I
guide.
just pulled him.
Okay, so I thought that this would be fun to build a brawl deck around. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell.
Ah, you love a copy.
I love a copy, and since we're already limited in Brawl to.
I'm sorry, is there an option called friendly brawl?
Yes, I looked that up, and basically it's you can play with like all the banned cards in the format and things that it won't let you play, in play with in
Oh, so it's just
competitive
like,
matches.
play like there's no rules,
More,
except there's
yeah,
some rules still.
yeah, uh, regarding what cards you can use. Yeah.
I got Volo the other day. I want to say like 2 or 3 days ago, and I was like, oh, I should probably like reassess my bard. No, he's blue and green, but he's a bard, isn't he? What is
He's a
he?
wizard.
He's a wizard. I should make like a deck around him, is what I thought.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
But not I'm not gonna make a brawl one.
So I'm gonna look at my green and blue creatures. So, um,
Oh, I love that man.
oh, didn't mean to do that. You talking about this guy?
No, uh, the one above him. Yeah, I love that guy.
This lady?
No, the one to the left of her. This lady?
This guy?
That guy. That guy.
Good guy. Okay, here's a fairy. We got a fairy. A drake. Volo himself is a human wizard, so
Hmm.
I'm not looking for more humans, nor am I looking for more wizards. Here's a snake.
Sorry, Zamone.
Um,
That's just a beast.
got some beasts and druids.
Now, does human wizard count for both human and wizard, or does it count as its own category?
I believe it's um, counts for both
Okay.
or each. Uh, this is tough. This is tough to do.
Oh, I changed my part. Now my hero looks like very dramatic.
Pretty cool. Uh, Turtle Druid or
Yeah, that card's so weird.
or Turtle Hydra.
Are there other hydras?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of other hydras.
What the hell is Mortite of the Frost?
Is this
Oh,
no
that's from Kaldheim.
shapeshifter? Yeah. Um. Okay, let's take the gold off here. Mm,
Too bad you already have a human wizard because that Sage of Mysteries is hot.
Sage of Mysteries. Oh yeah.
Hello. She's just like, oh, just going for a stroll next to this waterfall in the actual water.
She looks very comfortable. Here's a bird and a wall.
Here's a bird. I love the silver raven art. Oh,
Yeah.
elemental jellyfish seems not likely to repeat.
Yeah, except for the elemental part,
Oh, right.
but that could be useful. Orc rogue. I already have a wizard. Um, gargoyle. Already have a turtle. Snake rogue.
I already have a snake.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Do you have a gargoyle?
No, but this is really like a mill deck card.
Oh,
I'll consider it.
you,
Horror. I think this is one that I want in
yes.
here. We've got birds.
He's a guy that looks like his name would be Grazilax. You know, he
Oh,
just looks like a
yeah.
Grazilax.
Yeah. Very much so. Oh, actually, you know what? Hang on, let me reread this. Yeah, so I think the reason I'm not going to put that in there is because it's legendary.
Mm,
And this doesn't say that the copy isn't legendary.
mm,
So I don't think
right.
you can
So
have
it wouldn't be useful.
a copy of it. So I'm going to avoid legendaries. I think I'm going to remove this turtle in favor of this turtle. But that's also a dragon, so I might change my mind later.
Otter.
Otter is a very unique creature type.
Make an otter deck.
Yeah, an otter tribal deck.
Do you have an octopus yet?
No. Tiefling shaman. That's a maybe. Wizard. Horsefish. Yeti.
Yeti.
Jinn. Wizard. Shapeshifter. Wizard.
Oh, I know that you have an octopus. I don't know how that compares to this octoprophet.
Yeah.
I ran into this octoprophet the other day, and it seemed to really help the person that it was playing.
Yeah, I might just switch that out only because the one I put in already has mutate and this
Yeah,
one doesn't. So,
exactly. That's why I was bringing that up.
mm-hmm.
You have a crab yet?
I don't think so. Crab. How many creatures is that? That's 10. Okay. I don't think I've done. Oh yeah. So I said I had reservations about the dragon turtle earlier because it's a dragon as well as a turtle. I think I'm gonna go with this dragon instead.
Do you want to because it's legendary though?
Thank you for reminding me.
But what about that kraken?
Hang on, I want my dragon turtle back. There it is. Sorry, my monitor is being a little weird right now.
Oh, you're fine.
Shoal Kraken. Yeah, this is a constellation card, so I'm probably not going to use that.
What does that mean?
It says whenever an enchantment enters, I'm probably not going to
Oh,
use a lot of enchantments. I don't think I have a giant or a warrior, so maybe this one. Yeah, my monitor is really freaking out. It wishes that I would stop streaming.
Do you have a serpent?
A serpent. I have a snake, but I don't know that I have a serpent. Are you referring to this one?
Oh, I wasn't even. I was referring to the wormhole serpent, but
Oh
I guess
yeah.
either would be fine.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah. God, my monitor is being so annoying right now.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
My MacBook that I bought, if you want to know how long it's been, I bought this MacBook and I think we started the podcast maybe 6 to 8 months later.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason I had not wanted to do that before was because I knew that my laptop would not have been able to handle it and the reason I ended up buying a new laptop was because my laptop started crashing when I was in Word and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't have like the most specific purpose of my laptop is to be able to write in Word.
Mm-hmm.
So if Word is crashing, I need to get a new laptop.
Right.
And but the other reason was that it was so loud. Kenny used to joke that it was like a rocket ship taking off, and it's now my computer's now at the point where it's getting really fucking hot and getting really loud again, which I'm not happy about because I feel like I got this laptop like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. Right. It seems to have settled down now. What about the pursued whale?
Hmm.
That's a maybe. There's a shark. It's a maybe on the shark. Oops. All right, now we're getting into the greens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Brushwag. That's a good.
That is a good card.
It's a good creature type too. Um. Say maybe to this spider. Dryad. Plant dog. Beast. Knoll.
Yeah, what's a knoll?
We had this conversation already. It's
I
like
don't remember.
it's sort of like a I think of it as being similar to a goblin, but
Mm.
clearly it's sort of canine in nature and sort of humanoid and sort of bigger than you normally think of a goblin being. But it's like I don't know. I put it at being like somewhere between goblin and orc.
You're correct. I just looked it up.
Okay.
It's a hyena-like humanoid creature
Yes.
that stand about 7 feet tall, and they're carnivorous. So yeah, I think that's a good description.
Here's an insect.
Oh, an insect.
I think I will put in the prosperous innkeeper. He's a halfling citizen.
Have you put in a dryad yet?
For some reason, that seems familiar, but I can't remember what the specific card would have been. But I'm not going to do this one because of the
The weird.
ability. Um, have I done a druid? Do you remember?
I think so. Oh no, I'm thinking of the dryad. I'm not sure you've done a druid.
Or an elf, for that matter.
I don't think you've done an elf. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think I'll do an ooze.
Ooze.
And a squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
I've already done spider.
I've already done a
Basilisk.
basilisk.
What?
Haven't you already done a basilisk?
When?
I mean, before now. Will you just
But
check?
specifically, it's a lot to check, but I don't remember basilisk coming up.
I thought because you had a snake and I said you have a snake, but do you have a basilisk?
No, that was serpent.
Oh, okay. There we go. Never mind.
Um,
So many wimbly womblies. Are there any eels?
uh, eels. I don't think I've seen any eels.
That would be another wimbly wombly one. Another wiggly wobbly one.
I'm gonna put in the Circle of Dreams druid.
Mm.
So that takes care of elf and druid. I don't think I've done wolf or cat.
I don't think so either. I love the flavor of the art on this one of the generous stray.
Yeah, with the lizard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've done druid. I've done horror. I've done.
Have you done elk?
No, I'm sure I haven't done elk. I don't think I've done crocodile either.
No.
Just a normal crocodile, as I'm fond of saying.
We were watching more of the Did you get my joke when I was texting you about the dressage, by the way?
I don't recall.
They they didn't say magnificent, they said incredible, but they were like, she's an incredible horse woman.
I missed that.
But then we were watching something called eventing,
Okay.
which is like the triathlon of horsery.
Mm-hmm.
Horsery is not the word, but so I'm sure you're familiar with like show jumping with horses,
Mm-hmm.
like when they do the little jumps.
Yep.
There's also dressage, which is that weird clippy cloppy thing where they just walk like,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks so goofy, it looks fake. I don't know why they do it. And then in the middle of that, apparently they do like a cross country course. So you have to have a horse that can both do jumps, do very specific foot movement, and then just be like good at being a normal horse and like traipsing through the woods, because there's like obstacles. They have to go through water at some point with their horse.
Uh-huh.
But the one woman who was eventing, they were like, he starts by saying, you might not think she looks tough. And I was like, why would I think that?
Mm-hmm.
Then he told us that she 8 years ago got into a horse accident, was like very injured. Her liver was lacerated. She had to be resuscitated, I want to say 5 times in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. She was in a coma, like an induced coma for 6 days. And then this was the most horrifying thing, because I did not know that this could happen. So she had like other broken bones and stuff, one of which was her shoulder. A fragment of her shoulder blade went into her bloodstream and ended up in her eye. So she lost sight in her right eye. Isn't that the most horrifying thing you have ever heard?
That is quite horrific.
Like the betrayal of one's body. And he's like, and now she's here eventing. And I was like, God, what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Clearly this guy was like really Jones and to tell us about this, though, because he was able to spit all of this out within like faster than even I did just now.
Yeah. Have I done cleric? Liz, this is hard.
Yeah, you really gave yourself a challenge.
It's a fun challenge, though.
Yeah. It is also, I think, shows how many different sorts of things there are, you know?
Definitely does that. Ape. But it's legendary, so I won't choose it. Worm.
Don't think you have a worm, but that's another little wimbly wombly guy for you.
Like an eel. Yes. I have more 6+s than I have.
You have 2
5s.
beasts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Can you show?
Otherwise, you did great, though.
Yeah, that's looking good. All right, what are my 2 beasts? Where will I find these fantastic beasts? Oh, here's
Okay, so the
one.
that gnarled colony.
Where are you, other beast? Oh, yeah, of course it's this one. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one in. So goodbye, gnarled colony. Old Gnawbone. I have this card in real life. I really like it.
I really like his name. It sounds like if you were in a quest for Old Gnawbone, somebody would be like, "Oh yeah, go see Old Gnawbone up the mountain," and you'd think that you were like gonna find some like personified dog that was very old that like maybe couldn't really see anymore, and then you'd get there and it would be like a fucking dragon, and you'd be like, "Ah!"
Yeah. Like another 5-drop if I can find one. How am I? Okay, so I'm skewing towards green. Let me see what the blue 5-drops look like. Have I done elemental?
I don't think you have an elemental. No,
yeah,
you
I do.
Never mind.
I'm not going to do that Drake, but have I done serpent? No, no serpent. Okay, maybe Wormhole Serpent. Or the Jinn, maybe.
Also, I think it's worth mentioning that you can only play cards. Go to Volo again. That doesn't share. It will cast a copy if it's not one that you already control or that's in your graveyard. So hypothetically, if you had 2 copies of a card you really liked, you just would have to either not play it, or you'd play it and you wouldn't get a copy, or it could just be in your deck and you might never find it, which is not to say that this exercise isn't fun, but just that if we need to finish the deck.
Yeah, if there were multiples of the same type.
Also, you don't have any like instants or sorceries.
Well, I know that's just I'm not done. I've been going through the creatures only. So, want some removal. Commanders is one of the filters here.
Oh. I guess I have seen that before and I just ignored it because I didn't understand the question and would not respond.
Didn't understand the question. Yeah. Um, let's throw in one of these
Mm-hmm.
and one of these and one of these. Um, one of these. No, maybe. No.
I don't think I've seen that double major card before.
This is
That's
a,
a very funny card.
yeah, yeah. This is a funny one. I like that.
No, your favorite body of research.
Yep. This is it's the original build a deck around card for me. I think I'll do this. Okay, turn the gold off, turn the lands off. What else we got?
Why is that card wiggling?
Oh, because it's in an alternate style.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get seasick looking at that.
fittingly enough. Yeah.
Have I talked to you about the fact that since I've gotten pregnant, if I see like POV videos of roller coasters, they make me feel sick?
Oh, really?
It's so weird. It's only been since I've given birth, slash since I've been pregnant. I love roller coasters. You know, I jumped out of a plane for my 23rd birthday. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
love that feeling. But it's starting to like, it's like my body is releasing chemicals and I can feel like the chemicals, like I can feel this sort of physical reaction that is in dissonance with what my brain thinks and wants to happen in my conscious self.
Yep.
And then I had a new thing happen when I was watching a video of this one gymnast doing warm ups. So when gymnasts are practicing, one of the things they're taught to do if they fuck up, is they are taught to belly flop to land. Because if you belly flop, hypothetically, you hit everything evenly. You're not going to break anything. You're not going to sprain anything. You're not going to tear anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they showed this video of this one, I guess, gymnast, and they were saying that, like, not everybody does this, but she does, where she will practice belly flopping when she's warming up. So she was on the higher uneven bars and she sort of went up and then flopped down flat onto her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she does this so that if she does have to bail at some point, she knows exactly like what it looks like when she does that, right? Because like a lot of what gymnasts do is like having their eyes on certain places to orient themselves because they're spinning around so much.
Mm-hmm.
And when she hit the ground, Will, it was like the whole front of my body tingled, like adrenaline had been shot to those front nerve cells,
Mm-hmm.
as if it was anticipating that I was going to hit the ground.
Mm.
I was like, this sucks. Why is my body doing this? What is this psychological response?
Yeah, that's different.
Because I would like to be able to ride roller coasters. I don't want to be like an old lady.
Well, that sounds a bit like you're calling me an old lady.
Oh, do you not like roller coasters?
No, not one bit. No.
I guess what I mean is, I don't want to be somebody that used to like roller coasters, which was the truth. And then as I got older, I was like, it's just a young person's game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not somebody who just never liked them and still doesn't.
Yeah.
Do you like any sort of amusement park rides?
Not especially, but I'll find something to go on. I one time enjoyed a log flume ride.
Oh yeah, log flumes are fun. Those are good. Those falls are always fairly gentle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like being on a boat. The other thing is my favorite, because I like roller coasters, but really what I like is just the rides that they just like drop you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, those are also like not off the table. I can still, it's not like I throw up or black out or something, but they just don't feel as thrilling. There was one of these where they hook you to a string and then they pull you up like this and then pull you this way. And then you pull a cord and fall and swing back and forth really big.
Mm-hmm.
And for our 1 year anniversary, so it was like right before I got pregnant, I did that. And it was the best thing. It was the coolest feeling I'd ever felt in my life. It was a little bit terrifying that I was the person that pulled the plug, so to speak.
Sure.
Because I was up there and I just went, oh, I have to, oh my God, I have to do this. Though I will say, my greatest strength is that any moment where I have to do something and there's a moment of indecision, my brain immediately goes, well, just do it and it'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think I've also said that's what happened when I got my epidural. When I was saying to Kenny, I've been nervous till this moment. And he was like, well, they're going to do it. And I said, you're right. And then it was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's built into my body and my body just has like a ignore setting button.
That's good. All right. Well,
Wow, you're really going to have to cut down, Will.
yeah, I've got 72 out of 60 cards right now. So that's fun.
God, what an I haven't seen that Arasta of the Endless Web card before. Can I see the art on that?
Mm-hmm. It's an enchant.
That's beautiful. Kenny would like that.
Yeah. The enchantment creatures tend to be a little flashier, I think, like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this one.
Have I told you what Elliot's favorite song is right now?
What is that?
His favorite song is by Lil Nas X. It's Montero. Call Me by Your Name.
I did not know that.
And so the other day he like did not want to wake up. So I played that song. He started dancing under the covers, did a little dance in bed, jumped out of bed and finished the song. And then I said to him, he said, "That's my favorite song. I love that song." And I said, "Yeah, Lil Nas X is a national treasure." And Will, he goes, oh, "He's a pirate?"
That's funny.
That is not what I said. I did not say Lil Nas X is a pirate.
That is different. All right, so I'm making cuts now. I'm going to make cuts mostly to creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking to cut more green than blue.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to start with the pursued whale.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm going to leave the 4 and 5 drops alone.
Yeah, because you don't have super many of them.
I'm going to start at the top here. I've got a lot of 2 drops. I think I'll cut the Groff.
Yeah.
I think I'll cut the Beetle.
Oh, wait.
What?
As a note, go back up to the scavenging ooze.
Yeah.
This won't be a problem for you because you don't have doubles. But if you, for some reason, decided you really wanted a double of something because it was like such a good card.
Yeah.
Or I guess not a double. Never mind. This doesn't count because we can't have doubles. I was like, because in my head, I was like, with your card, if it was in standard, it would be like, okay, I would need to exile cards. And that would be a good card if we were playing in standard to be able to exile a card so that you could then play a card and get a copy.
Right. I follow.
But I realize now that that's not applicable here.
Hmm. Still need to make 9 cuts.
Speaking of thieves, we were explaining to Elliot today for some reason that, because he was asking why he can't stay home by himself yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, well, you need to be able to take care of yourself, for a few hours. And Kenny said, and you need to be able to know who to call if there's an emergency, which is a weird thing to think about because basically we won't be able to let Elliot stay home by himself until we get him a phone. Was something we sort of like realized. I'm sure that there's like ways around this, but it was sort of this weird like line we drew in the sand as we were saying the words.
Yeah.
Because he'd need to be able to call 911 if there was a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. So he would need to have access to a phone and he would need to be able to call and like know how to do that. Not that he's anywhere near being able to stay home by himself because he's just nearly 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, Elliot, do you know what number you have to call if there's an emergency and you need help from like one of your like emergency vehicles? And he said, no. And we said, it's 911. And he said, 9999911. We were like, no, just 1911. He said, and I could call that if there was a fire and a fire truck would come. And we said, yeah. He said, and I could call it if someone was hurt and an ambulance would come. We were like, yeah. And he said, and I could call it if there was a thief and the police would come. Kenny's like, less likely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Less likely that there would be a thief.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a thief. I feel like even people who you could call thieves, we don't even call thieves half the time. We call like burglars.
Burglar, yeah, that's a good word for it. Even a robber.
Yeah, a robber.
Oh, Liz, I still need to make 3 cuts.
Oh Lord. Okay, so you have how many lands do you have?
I have 24.
You have 24 lands. Yeah, don't want to go below that.
Mm-hmm.
22 green, 21 blue, 24 creatures for I think you should cut a green creature, a blue creature, and a non-creature.
Yeah, I think that's right. That sounds right. Maybe I'll cut this Knoll Hunter. And maybe I'll cut... Oh, tough call, tough call. I've got so much in the 2s and 3s arena.
What Prosperous Innkeeper? What does that let you do?
So I'll gain life for every creature that enters, which I want to keep in because
yeah, that makes sense.
Every creature I play is going to be 2 as long as I have my commander on the board.
This is looking not good for me. I feel like you've created a deck where you will be able to beat me very easily.
Well, I guess we'll see. I'm going to cut this.
Yeah.
I only need 1 more cut? Okay. I might do... All right, let's see how hard it is to make 1 more cut. I need to cut something green.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I mean, I could go creature or non-creature.
Yeah.
Honestly, I guess I should maybe a 3-drop.
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe a non-creature 2-drop. What are my non-creature 2-drops that are green? Compelled Duel. Rabid Bite. Return to Nature. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, all right. Cut something green, something that's not a creature, probably a 2-drop. I'll cut, I'll cut Compelled Duel. How about that?
Yeah.
And that's 60 cards.
Okay.
So, I got a Volo deck, which needs a name. View only live once. All right, you ready for a challenge?
I think so. I'm up. Okay. So how do we let them know that it's a brawl challenge?
So up here where it says challenge match,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to toggle that. Wait, that's the wrong toggle. Up here where it says deck type,
Oh,
60
okay.
card, I'm going to toggle that to Brawl.
And so it'll just mean that that's the only one that I can pick because I have a brawl. I only have a brawl.
If it works the way I assume
And
it will,
it
then
did
yeah.
just say let's play brawl. So
Yep, and I've
select
just
deck.
got one Brawl deck.
Select deck.
Let
me pick. It's not saying that I have a deck. Oh wait, there we go. Now they're coming up. Okay, I think we're doing it.
I think we are. Oh, look at that.
I'm definitely not
her.
playing a random person.
You can, yeah, I see your name. I see our deck boxes, which is unique. All right, you are going first.
Okay. Let's look at this.
My opponent is choosing whether or not to take a free mulligan. Notice the word free.
That is interesting.
So that's another Brawl specific rule. The first mulligan is free.
Oh, and here's Tiamat over here.
I'm going to keep 7. Yep, here's Volo over here.
I guess I'm going to do...
Wilhoff's Commander is what it says about that.
Yes, I see that. I see the name there.
All right, I'm putting down an island.
Okay.
This is exciting. Our first Brawl.
Our first Brawl, Will.
Off to a slow start.
I think for both of us, too. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I did mean for both of us when I said that.
I'm going to play this first.
Zorn! I play Wall of Runes.
I loved that card when I started playing. It like gave me space to fuck up some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so I think you'll be very pleased with the way in which I played these cards because I did this very specifically so that I would be smart.
Oh wait, oh shoot. I wish I hadn't resolved that. Okay, I have another chance to do this. Let's see what happens. I am dismissing Zorn from the battlefield.
Why?
Aha.
Why would you do that to me?
So you only got 1 treasure token. And to slow down your game. And now I have the lands to play. Volo. Volo!
Bolo.
There's Zorn again.
And I need to be careful that I don't use my treasure to play cards.
Because you need to save it for Tiamat.
I need to save it for Tiamat. No attacks. And you're right, we do get 25 health.
Yep. Okay. I am putting down Circle of Dreams Druid. I think you need to resolve it.
Yeah, sorry. Just checking in on my family to make sure everyone's okay.
Fair
Did I tell you my brother moved?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, he moved into, he's actually in DC now. He's a DC, he doesn't get a right to vote.
Oh, wow.
That's not totally true. He gets to vote on some things, but he doesn't have like senators or whatever the fuck. DC statehood gets closer and closer by the day, though.
Interesting.
Okay, so what do I want to do here? Not that. Actually, maybe this. Oh. Yeah, I think I want to do this. Or this. Oh yeah, let's do this. No, I don't want to do that one. I want to do this one.
This is so suspenseful.
I know. I'm like really trying to think hard about this. Okay. And yes.
What just happened?
No. Okay. Next. And I'm gonna take a chance.
Oh, I see what you did.
I've really been thinking about this game, Will. I really tried to be clever.
So hang on. So you've got 3 treasures. And a swamp and a mountain and 2 swamps to spare. So you can play Tiamat on your next turn.
Oh, thank you. I'm apparently not being that smart.
No, that's great. I mean,
thank you for telling me. Thank you for being kind to me and telling me that so that I could.
If my math,
since we're trying to figure this out.
If my math is correct. Okay, I think I'm going to do. I'm either going to block with this wall or I'm going to do no blocks. That's what I'm trying to decide between. I think I'll block with the wall.
Okay. Did you see what I did with the first strike damage there? Do you see the math that I was trying to do in my head?
You didn't want to lose that Zorn. Okay. Here's a forest. Here's a creature.
Resolve. 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 Ugh.
Okay.
I have not played this with sound, like ever.
Yeah.
And it makes a really pleasant sound when you play that card.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a rabid bite. To remove Zorn once again, but this time more permanently, we can hope. And then, yeah, and then I think I would be foolish to attack with anything I can attack with. So,
Ooh. Oh, sorry. I had a feeling about something I want to happen, and we'll see if that feeling becomes a reality. My turn.
your turn.
Ah, it did not become a reality. That's unfortunate. It's
We're,
okay though.
we're hoping to draw something in particular.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
okay though.
Okay.
We'll just do it next time. Hey. The commander is here.
Okay.
Tiamat!
It's possible. We have learned it is possible. Tiamat can be cast.
Okay. Up to 5 dragon cards. Now, the other weird thing is that I have so many cards in my deck. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to do this guy. And this guy.
Liz is searching for 5 dragon cards.
And
They will be revealed
this
when
guy.
she is done.
And this guy. Wait, did I undo one?
I don't know.
I did. Did I pick that one already? It's like weird. I don't love this interface for picking cards, if I'm being honest. I think I'm just gonna do this because of something you'll realize, which is that I already have dragons in my hand.
Why are there only 4?
Because I'm gonna have to discard.
Oh, okay.
And I already had the secret that I'll tell you is that I already had some dragons in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're looking at 8. Do you have 9 in your hand?
yeah, I have to discard 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I don't want to discard this guy. So I actually have so many dragons in my hand that it's a little bit silly. I'm going to discard this one. Okay.
Okay, so Liz has discarded the Silver Quill, Elder Dragon, and Deadly Dispute. Alright, I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to play a card that was foretold, which is going to exile Tiamat.
Exile!
Okay, so this is interesting. So I was pretty certain that that was going to... Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was going to say, I was like, I was certain that
I had to take action, though. I could have declined that.
Oh, okay. All right. Very interesting. I did not know this. I did not know this.
That's why I was pausing for a second, because I was both reading and listening to talk.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to play Wormhole Serpent.
I love the art on that guy. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I think you're just going to win, Will. I think that's the short and long of it.
Well, we'll see. You've got a lot of dragons in your hand.
Yeah, but do I have enough materials to play them with?
You've got a lot of swamps. So that's not nothing.
Oh.
2 attackers.
I do like playing this game a lot more when I can talk to you while we're playing it, though I do end up sometimes revealing my hand when I do so.
I don't think that makes a huge difference to the outcome.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I think this is actually the best choice for me right now. Hey. There we go.
Move your commander to the command zone. Yes, please.
No, I don't want to do that. Okay, next. No attacks. I'm trying to slow you down a little bit.
Fair enough. Playing Temple of Mystery.
Temple of Mystery.
Sure.
So resigned.
I was hoping for something with a little more power, but I'll take it anyway.
Okay, good. That did slow you down. How much? So did you have to pay 6 to play that?
Yep.
Green, blue, 4?
Yep. That's exactly right.
Elliot has been asleep this whole time, by the way, so.
That's nice.
Little snoozy buddy. Can't be blocked. Aw, no. What am I gonna do? Wish I hope I get some more lands this turn. Pew, 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 pew.
They're laser guns. Don't worry.
This does not look good for me, Will. You're too strong.
That
was not what I wanted.
You got to play Tiamat though, so
I did get to play Tiamat. Okay.
I did
well,
I did most of the deck building, and I consider that a success. You were able to play it once. It's like, okay, something is working.
I'm gonna play this friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Is it worth it? Let me work it. No. Next. No attacks. You're just gonna beat me, but that's fine.
But how badly is the question?
Oh, great.
All right, the card I scried was the Prosperous Innkeeper.
Here you go. Our guy. I feel like the Prosperous Innkeeper is like hosting Volo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the flavor I'm writing.
Yeah, Volo looks like he could be staying.
Because look, the window's the same.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's the same window.
He's inside the inn. He's probably sitting in that chair that's in the background of Prosperous Innkeeper.
Oh my god, resolve. I said yes. Have I ever told you about how I have to turn in my timesheet at work?
I don't think you have.
This sounds boring, but it's related to having to keep hitting resolve in this game, which is that I have to. We had a different system, and then we got a new system a couple of years ago. And with the first system, which I did for 3 years, I never made a mistake turning in my timesheet ever, not once. And with this system, I've made a mistake maybe half a dozen times where I'll get this email that's like, you haven't turned in your time. And I'm like, the fuck? So what it is I have to go into the system. I go to where it says time. This is different from the time off section. They're two completely different sections. So, and by completely different, I don't mean there's a time section and then there's 2 subsections. I mean there's a bunch of sections, and it'll be like performance goals, time off. Those are all equal, as if time and time off should not be together, which it should. And Jesus Christ, Will. Um and so then once I get into the time part just for my regular time, I then have to click. I can either click into each day individually, but that doesn't make any sense for this reason. Okay, so I'm going to do this since. Oh. Oh. Okay, so let's do this guy. And we'll auto pay. And I will reveal.
Oh, are you playing
This
Dragon's
guy.
Fire?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm going to lose, so I might as well just use my stuff up. And then, because I can't block like any of these guys.
Thanks
Cancel.
to Wormhole Serpent.
Pass. So then I do a quick ad, because if I don't do a quick ad, I would have to do this individually for each day. Also a good game.
GG.
I go quick ad. It then shows me every day. I have to type in the hours that I worked each day, which isn't, it's just like a number. So it's just less if I took time off for like physical therapy or something.
Don't jump into a random match now.
I won't. I then hit submit. I then get a page where I review it. I then hit submit again. And then I get something else that I couldn't even tell you what it says. And then I have to hit submit a third time, Will.
Mm-hmm.
So where I get screwed up is I'll hit submit twice and it'll look like it's done, and it's not done.
Mm.
And it makes me think of this resolve thing where I'm like, I just pressed you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I understand how you got there.
I just pressed you 4 times. Why am I pressing you again?
Should we do a rematch?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Best of 3.
Oh, wait. Did I? Oh, I think. Wait, sorry. Let me get out of this. Are you challenging me or am I challenging you?
You should have a challenge from me.
Oh, there we go. Okay. For some reason, it didn't pop up. Okay, except play with the mother deck. We're good.
Mother of Dragons. Right?
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You go first again.
Oh, this is. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
First one's free, remember?
I know. Ugh. Can I just tell you what my hand is right now?
You can always do that.
And maybe you can help me make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have 1 land.
Yep.
I also have Evolving Wilds. And I also have Mimic.
So you mean you have 1 basic land?
Yes.
And you have Evolving Wilds?
Yes.
Okay, that's not terrible.
And with Mimic, I'll be able to get one of any color, which is one of my goals.
Yep.
So what do you think?
I think as long as whatever those spells are that are in your hand, as long as you want to keep them, then that's not a terrible hand to start with.
Let's start with that.
All right, I'm taking a free mulligan. And
we'll see how it goes.
These 7 I will keep. You begin.
Okay. So it probably makes sense to start by playing Evolving Wilds, right?
I think so, yeah. Unless you Unless you have a 1-drop for you can use with that basic land you have.
Yeah, I don't. Here we go. I know that you don't care about this children's programming, but I know that you care about like people who name things and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think you will be interested to know about this new Disney show that's come out for children. So there used to be a show called Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yep.
It was a 3D animated show. It started in 2006 and it ended in 2016. They made it pretty slowly, actually, because there's not like a huge amount of seasons. But they haven't put out new Mickey Mouse content from, I think there's like a Mickey Mouse racing show that maybe was overlapped with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse that might still be going or something.
Okay.
There's a new Mickey Mouse show. It is called Mickey Mouse Funhouse.
Okay.
I'm so annoyed by this. Like, it's almost the same as Clubhouse.
It's an iteration.
Oh, is this what I want to do?
It's very similar.
Yeah, I'm going to do this because it'll sort of replenish itself.
Very clever.
So it was worth it for me to use the treasure to play that because then... But I'm not over it. I'm not over it that they had this show called Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and then the sort of follow-up show that, as far as I'm concerned, is filling the gap of that not being a show anymore, is called Mickey Mouse Funhouse. It's almost the same.
Yes. I hear you loud and clear. Sort of implies that the previous show was not fun.
Yes. It was like a very serious show. And I will say the format of the shows is slightly I say slightly different. I guess like to say it out loud it seems very different, but like in functionality it's like not different, you know? It's that in the first show you're in the clubhouse and then you get these mouse tools that you use to like solve problems. And in this show, the fun house has a variety of doors that you can enter, literally like Nightmare Before Christmas. And by literally, I mean in the first episode, which is the only one available right now, there's like the door next to the door that they go into is Christmas tree shaped with like snow on it. Which is Nightmare Before Christmas.
It sounds familiar, but in fairness, Nightmare Before Christmas is owned by Disney.
Yes.
So they're ripping off themselves if they're ripping off anyone.
Come on. There we go.
Octoprophet.
Oh yeah, I love that card.
Good card. It was kind of pointless to scry 2 twice because I liked the cards that were on the top the first time. So
that happened to me recently. and I was like, this is not useful. Like, can't I scry 4? Like, can't I? Why must these be?
It can be useful if the first time you want to put it on the bottom,
Yeah.
but as long as the first time you want to put it on the top, then it's pointless to do it again.
Let's see. Uh. Mm, mm-hmm.
I'm just remembering not that long ago when I replied to one of your tweets saying you looked like someone.
Yeah.
And you were not familiar, but have you heard of the show Betty at all?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you have? I think we've been over this before, and I think maybe the answer is no. But do you have HBO or access to that?
We do now.
Right. You didn't, but now you have someone else's. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay. Yeah. Betty rules. Maybe the coolest thing I've ever done and will ever do is just watch and enjoy that show. It's based on a movie called Skate Kitchen, which I also recommend watching. And then Betty is basically just like the TV version of that.
Yeah. Can I tell you some edits that I think I'm going to make of this
Sure.
deck?
Yeah, of course.
I think I need to have less dragons and more cards that I can actually play.
Yeah, we might have overdone it with the dragons. We can look at that. Absolutely.
But I think that maybe this is more of an issue because I'm playing against this specific deck where you suddenly have a myriad of cards.
Mm-hmm.
More so than you would ever have otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on Nextdoor is always posting about how their car got broken into when they left their car unlocked.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying your car should get broken into when you're at all. Because Kenny one night left my car door unlocked accidentally, where he had unlocked the door for me and then he had not locked it again, but he had the keys and I was like holding Elliot and grabbing something. So like I could not have locked it super easily. I just thought he had locked it because that's normally what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And then my car got broken into and they just stole my registration, which I didn't understand why that mattered. But I like looked up like what can they do with this? And like I couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But every time they post something, it's like, make sure to lock your car doors. And I'm like, who isn't locking their car on purpose? I understand when people forget because like we had the situation where we forgot, but who is not doing this? Who is like, yeah, I'm just going to leave my car unlocked like overnight.
Yeah,
I'm so confused by that.
Sure.
Okay, so let's do this. And let's play this guy. And I'll destroy this guy.
Oh no.
And this is worth it, I guess.
It's a good outcome.
Yeah. I love Glimmerbell. What a beautiful card.
It's a good one.
Okay, this is finally helpful. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh no, she's up to 7. Oh God, it's back.
Tiamat!
Oh, and she only has 3 cards in her hand.
And can I tell you, Will?
Mm.
This is what I mean. I say I have too many dragons.
Yeah, they're all dragons.
They're all dragons.
They're all dragons.
So
Yep.
unless I want
Okay.
a dragon
Okay.
that I'm... Oh, it's not a criticism. I'm just
Note,
saying that,
no,
like...
note taken. Note taken. I should have put in the dwarf who
2.
loves artifacts.
The dwarf who loves artifacts. Oh, Lord. Okay. And wait, did I already pick you? I did already pick you. Oh, this one for sure.
You just had so many good dragons.
I told you I had a lot of dragons when we were discussing this initially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, I can tell those are some good choices.
Now it's just a question of if I'll get some stuff I can play them with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'm playing Quandrix Command.
Oh yeah. Classic card.
It's what
What
we
does
call
this
a
say?
classic card.
Oh. So do you want to know what I can do with this now? Do you want to know what my options are?
Is it
'Cause I'm
hand? Is it hand or command zone?
yeah. So clearly I'm going to put it in the command zone.
But won't the casting cost go up there?
Yeah, but I'd have to discard a card.
But only on your turn.
Oh, I didn't know that. I assumed I'd have to do it right away.
No. It's at the end of your turn.
Oh well.
If
Well,
you have 7 or more cards in your hand, then you have to discard down to 7. I don't mean I said 7 or more. I meant more than 7.
yeah. You have to discard all of your cards if you go over. One, 3, 9. Okay. Ugh. Oh, well, this is at least useful. Yep. Okay, so...
Yeah, that's interesting that you had the option to put it in your hand because I just assumed that automatically meant it was going to go to the command zone.
We'll do this guy.
We're learning as we play.
We are. Oh, come on. There we go. Like, dragging sometimes, like, is not happening.
Mm-hmm.
I do love this dragon. Hmm. No, I will not do this at this time. I will play... Hi.
Hey, Rudy.
Friend? Oh, this is not. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay, so we'll do this. This guy. Come on. Oh my god.
Are you using a trackpad?
Yeah.
Okay, that must be the problem.
Rudy, what's wrong? Do you want to go on the stream?
Rudy, hello. Oh, how delightful.
Did I tell you what creature visited us the other day?
What was that?
I was sitting in my chair, on my couch by the front windows, as I do when I work.
Yes.
So I was, maybe 3 feet away from the window at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
And this squirrel that we've seen come by sat on the air conditioning unit and looked at us. And we were like, ugh, look at that squirrel. And then it scurried down and, hey, buddy, what's up? I love you. And I was like, oh, it like moved on. And then all of a sudden it jumped onto the screen, Will.
Oh my god.
It was like, and then it was like, and I was like, ah!
Mm-hmm.
And I yelled. I wasn't like scared. I was just surprised. I was like, what the fuck? And Kenny was like, what? And I was like, ah. And he was like, oh my God. And then he went over because he was able to get up faster than me because even though I was right there, I had my legs out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, ooh. Nice. It's like a power recliner. And so I think if I wasn't playing against this deck right now, I would actually be doing quite well.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the sense that like you just are overpowering me by sheer number, which was the point of your deck.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was I saying? Oh, but Kenny went shoo shoo and it left. But here, let me show you the pictures. They're very funny. Oh, also, I put Elliot's hair. His hair was bothering him the other day, so I put him in this ponytail. Can you see that?
Yes.
And I showed him the picture, and he said, "I do look like a pony."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yeah, that's right." Yeah. Okay. So here was the picture I got when it was zoomed in accidentally.
Oh wow.
And here it is when it was eyeing up the place. Do you see it?
Yes, I do. I see it.
And then here's like a more zoomed out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so aggressive, Will.
Yeah.
We were like, what are you doing?
It likes...
I did learn from this that it's a she, though.
Okay.
Because when she was on there, I could see all of her, her nipples for many children.
Cool.
Which run the full length of her body. Which seems exhausting. This sucks.
Yeah, so unfortunately a couple of those creatures are prized unicorn. All creatures able to block prized unicorn do so.
Wait, so all of them have to block prized unicorn?
Yeah, there's 2 prized unicorns, so I guess...
One of them.
Yeah.
Well, good game, Will.
GG.
I definitely figured out my deck a little bit better. I'm gonna make some edits. I think I'm gonna take out the dragons that aren't red and black, or at least have.
Yeah, take out the silver quill.
Take out the Witherbloom.
The Witherbloom and the Lorehold dragon. And then maybe if you're still looking to shave off a couple of dragons, I would say the ones that are just called red dragon and black dragon are not super special.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the hard part in my mind would be figuring out what to replace them with.
I would replace them with creatures that were red black that were.
Well, yeah, maybe the answer is actually looking more at looking at more cards you haven't collected,
Yeah, that's true.
and looking for more red
Treasure
black
cards.
creatures that will create treasures
Yeah.
that we didn't include because we
Yeah,
weren't
that's
looking at
smart.
them. Excuse me. Um, while I'm still sharing my screen,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, I want to use that commander filter I pointed out earlier,
Oh, yeah.
and just look at my collection for the other commanders that we could build Brawl decks around. And then I would like to do the same with yours.
Wow.
Um, so, I mean, it's pretty unlikely that we're going to build a Brawl deck with a monocolor
Mm-hmm. Because that would be so
commander.
difficult to get.
Yeah. So, funny enough, Aaron Hansen was streaming yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked him about what deck he's playing with, and he did say that this monocolor commander was one that he was running.
Mm.
Um, basically a self mill uh, damage by creatures entering the graveyard deck.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't know this, but I guess planeswalkers can be commanders
Oh, wow. Okay.
because it said because I'm filtering by commanders,
By commander.
and that's showing up. Let's get into. Yeah, okay, so here's where we get into.
Oh my God. Renata called to the hunt. Can we see that art really quick?
Yeah.
Oh, she's so cool.
You love the enchantment creatures, we're finding out.
I guess they're cool. Kenny has a cousin named Renata.
So, the new set has a whole cycle of, every color pairing has an uncommon commander
Mm.
that is like suited to that color pairings archetype. So
Yeah.
this blue white one is for venturing into the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
This red white, why did I say red white? This white black one
Uh-huh.
is also for venturing into the dungeon, but
Mm-hmm.
particularly for getting creatures back from your graveyard. I have this one in real life, and I built a deck with it, which is fun.
How many decks do you have right now?
22. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so many.
Yeah. Here's another one from that cycle I was just
22 that
speaking
you've
about.
built recently, or like did you have some?
Over the past like year and change.
Okay.
So total. Yeah, I think 22 is correct. Hang on, I got 10 in that box over there.
Hmm.
And then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's somewhere between 20 and 24.
Okay.
It's all 60 card decks. No.
Which I'm sure that many people have that many decks, but I just know that you've only sort of repicked this up recently, which is why I was making that surprised face.
Yeah, sometime I don't remember exactly when I started buying new cards, but maybe like a month into lockdown or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been over a year, but probably not quite a year and a half,
Yeah.
which is why I said a year and change. So here's an example of companion, which is also an otter. So this companion condition says each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name.
Mm.
So
You know,
even if you were using this in standard, you couldn't have any duplicates.
that otter might not be thieving, but it is stealing my heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very good. Any one of the elder dragons could be a commander.
Hmm.
Here's another one. Um, so from
So
the
when you're filtering for commander, what is it looking for? Because some of these cards are cards I just know.
It's looking for legendaries,
Okay.
which is why planeswalkers were picked up in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
So of the new sets, uncommon commander cycle, here's the blue red one, which is about dice rolling,
Mm-hmm.
and here's the black red one, which we put in your deck,
Yeah.
which is about treasure. Um, Here's Dina. Dina is an uncommon. Could make
Love Dina.
Gotta love Dina.
She's like, just gotta make some tea from your life force.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, these either of these, a popular archetype that I'm seeing because it very obviously spans multiple sets, including the new one in Kaldheim, is red white warriors with
Mm,
lots of equipment. So these are both uncommons, but either one of them would make a good commander for a deck like that.
yeah.
Um, and then, yeah, over here in the corner, we've got
It's
Tiamat
T-Mat.
and Cody,
Cody.
which, like Golos, who I was talking about before, is another example of a colorless legendary creature, but he's
Hmm.
got every color mana symbol in his color identity thanks to that special ability. So I don't know what the deck would look like if you tried to make this
I have no
your
idea what that
commander.
deck would look like.
Yeah. So I'm not
Wholesomer, friend to wolves.
friend to wolves. Oh yeah. I did not
Woo.
I didn't filter by standard when I started looking at my collection this way, so this would be for historic only.
For a friendly brawl.
Perhaps, yes, or a historic brawl.
Hmm.
Um,
What is the name? Because Kenny was asking me what formats I knew. And I was like, well, I know that there's the one where you play 2 to 2, which I was like, I think is called Double Headed Beast. What is it called?
Two-headed giant.
Two-Headed Giant. I was close.
Yep.
Um, but then I was like, I know that there's a format that you play with like 40 cards, like that you would basically get like when you got starter packs, because the idea is you could just like throw together. What is that called?
So the way we did it, it's called sealed deck,
Sealed deck.
where we each opened six draft boosters
Hmm.
and just had those cards to work with to build a 40 card deck.
There we go.
Another way of doing a similar thing, which you can do lots of this in Arena, is you can do a draft. When you're doing a draft, the assumption is that you probably have like 8 people,
Hmm.
and you each start with only 3 booster packs.
Hmm.
You open one up, and then you draft until that pack is depleted. And by
Okay.
draft, I mean you pick one and pass. and another one gets passed to you. You pick and pass, and then once you've drafted all the packs, then you build a 40 card deck with what you drafted. Cool. Which is cool, but with the number of people that we have,
You're short 2.
Sealed deck seemed like we're sort of short 3. If you were here,
right? Because Kim's not going to play.
No, no, not expecting that anytime soon.
Bless her.
So I just narrowed it down to not just standard, but standard 2022 to see what's left here. This is a nice low cost one. So is this. I'm seeing a lot of this in standard. I don't know about you, but seeing a lot of decks built around that. Do you?
I've also just been seeing a lot of adventures in the Lost Realm Goblin decks.
Oh yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of decks where it's like I'm playing with my Goblin deck, and then I just am playing against the same Goblin deck.
Yeah.
That's like a mono red deck with with that one dwarf guy and because those Goblin cards very easily and clearly build off of one another.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you still have Arena open or?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen and just do what I did to see?
Yeah.
If there are any other good candidates for if we want to do this again in the future.
Also, I did not know that I could just click this button to look at my cards.
Yeah.
I've been going into decks.
Right.
Okay, so I want to go to filter. I want to make sure I pick
standard. Yeah, or you can just do the last 4.
These 4?
Yeah.
And then commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have this guy, this planeswalker guy, which I feel like Sarah pulled in real life.
Yeah, I believe that's right. Have you
she was real stoked on it.
You've got 2 of them, in fact. Have you put him in a deck at all?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that would be interesting to build.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way to the right to the most multicolored. I'm not clear on what double-faced cards mean for color identity.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm not sure if it counts both sides or just the first one in the color identity. I'm guessing it's both, but...
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, I have a Volo too. I did. Oh, nice. I did tell you. I told you I pulled him.
Yeah. The Lorehold Dragon. It's a really powerful one, but also a really expensive one. So
yeah.
Can you zoom in on the top left one there?
Byleth?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun one. I have this card in real life.
Ooh.
But I almost didn't recognize it because I have an alternate art version of it.
Oh, yeah, because this is like a plant. You'd need to have a bunch of plant cards. Or no, I guess you make one.
Yeah, you make plant tokens. But there are also plant-type creatures that you could include in there. And, yeah, you could make a landfall. Oh, I just got a notification.
Oh?
Yeah, do you have Twitch open?
I do. Here, wait, let me look over it there.
Sounded as if we got maybe a new follower or something.
Oh, maybe. I didn't see we don't have any chats or anything.
Okay.
I just realized I played against this card yesterday.
Oh, really?
And immediately destroyed it because it was a 5/5 and I had I think I had that meteor shower card.
Oh, yeah, good one.
And so I didn't actually get to see. I was because I
Yeah.
just destroyed it immediately. I was like, that card's dumb. Now it just has these 4 plants that I guess can block me, but like, who gives a shit about that?
Right.
Now I realize, oh no, if I had not destroyed it immediately, I would have been fucked.
Yeah. I checked my studio software. We got a follow from the Twitch Authority _ E0244. So
Oh,
thank you for the follow, uh, authority figure.
is that a cop?
I hope not.
Did we get followed by a cop?
Yeah.
A Twitch cop?
Should probably find a way to make our no cops policy, clearly broadcasted.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a Nissa planeswalker. I didn't know you had that. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, I do have that. I must have gotten that because what is that little symbol?
Zendikar Rising is
I must have gotten this from like a card I won.
an individual card reward.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because you haven't opened a lot of Zendikar packs.
Like none.
Yeah, except for like promo code.
Yes.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, if you see landfall, then it's Zendikar. That's a Zendikar thing.
Huh.
I have that one in real life. I just put it into the newest deck that I built.
Yeah, this one might be interesting. Who's Harold?
Oh, he's the king of Skemfar. Good for elf tribal.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got to the left there?
Curdle? Crydle.
Baldur's Gate.
Isn't Baldur's Gate
A video game series? Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on D&D.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So we've really come full circle here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
you know who literally wrote the book on
Matt Bell.
Yep, Baldur's Gate.
That's the only reason I know about it.
Baldur's Gate 2, I believe.
I think it was 2, yeah.
Do you want to scroll left, see what else?
What is this guy?
Oh yeah, snow thing from Kaldheim.
Yeah. Ice Manolith.
Icy Manolith.
This card, I love this card in my Bard deck, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There's Eliwick.
Eliwick. I love her. She's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
She's got so many friends.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, so I crafted this so that I could put it in my Finn the Fangbearer deck.
Ah.
Basically, it doubles counters for you, and it halves counters for your opponent.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like this guy too. It's like this Legolas fella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that some of these like Strixhaven cards just really wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's good.
We've both got some viable options. None that are like jumping out at me.
Yeah.
As like the most likely next candidate, but there's options to consider.
Yeah.
Well, wait. What do you think? What do you think of Brawl? Now that
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
I think I'm gonna play some more games with this deck to see if I can not play against somebody who's absolutely stacked to win against me.
Yeah. I've
unsuspecting fool.
I've yet to play any randos in Brawl. Obviously, because I hadn't played it at all prior to this. Yeah, I would not be at all surprised if you just find that there's like a ton of removal spells when you're playing randos in Brawl. Just people, automatically removing your commander as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like we got off to a good start, and also we know what the room for improvement looks like.
Yeah.
So more fun in store.
Yes.
And I built you a type of Tiamat deck, so
Yes. Thank you.
check it out. Check it off the list.
It is fun to play with,
Mm-hmm.
even when I was losing.
Yeah, it was fun. So it's almost August.
Yes.
Tomorrow is August.
Mm-hmm.
Mark your calendar. August 24th is a Tuesday, and that morning, or I guess on your coast, it'll be
Noon.
noon, 9, 10. No, it'll still be the morning.
Okay.
Uh, their Magic is doing a showcase, sort of a live video presentation,
Like a Nintendo
like a Nintendo Direct,
Direct.
where they are going to announce what next year is going to look like. So, um, for as long as we've been talking about this, you've heard me be able to say like what the next like 3 sets that are coming, right?
Yeah, we've known.
Yeah, but we don't know what's coming next year. So in a few weeks we will know, and then I'll be able to talk about that.
Yeah.
And then in September, we get the new set with all the werewolves. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what to look forward to in August and September.
I wonder I'm wondering if I can make like a wolf cat deck.
That could be fun. So two just a few things I have in my head based on that. One is one of my decks in real life. I have two planeswalkers. One is uncommon, it's pure green, and one is rare and it's black green.
Mm-hmm.
And they both have to do with wolves.
Mm-hmm.
They create wolves and also make wolves stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a wolf tribal deck. Um, that's probably going to be. It's probably going to explode when the new set comes out.
Uh-huh.
Um, and also, I was just going to say before I had the idea yesterday to do this brawl thing. I thought of a couple of standard decks that I was thinking of building
Mm-hmm.
on stream, but I'm still thinking of building them just in general. And one is a monk class deck. Monk
Ooh.
class is, if you don't remember, is blue white.
Yeah, that's what I call the Lord's deck.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so I just pulled monk class the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen a lot of decks, mostly white, some blue white, that take advantage of those cards that say like second spell.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I haven't done that. That seems like fun. And the other thing is a vehicle deck. Have you seen this card? I think it's called like Essica's Chariot or something like that. I think I pulled it from an individual card reward.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vehicle that when it enters, it creates 2 cat tokens, like green 2/2 cat tokens.
Mm-hmm.
And the vehicle itself, I think, is like a 4/4 that you crew for 4. So the idea being that the 2 tokens that it creates match up to crew the vehicle with cats. Um, and I've been seeing this more and more playing random opponents. And in particular, what I've seen at least once, maybe more than once, is it's green. The deck is green white, and so they also play the enchantment from the new set, Teleportation Circle,
Mm-hmm.
which Teleportation Circle says target creature or artifact.
Oh, okay.
So at the end of every upkeep, they can Teleportation Circle the Chariot, and every time it re-enters, 2 more cats appear.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fun. And there's some other vehicles out there as well. There's one. It's some kind of like it's like a giant plow,
I think
and
I've seen that one.
it has crew 6,
Uh-huh.
and then that combos with an ox creature,
Hmm.
and the ox I think is a 0/6, but it says whatever ox, whatever its name is, crews vehicles using its toughness rather than its power.
Ah.
So, and I think that is white.
Hmm.
And so I thought it would be fun to combine all of these things into a green-white vehicle combo deck.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah. So just little projects on the to-do list. David Lynch on the weekends is always talking about our projects. I don't know if you have any awareness of David Lynch's weather reports,
No.
but he has a YouTube channel where every morning he puts up a weather report video and a number of the day video. And the thing that's become the most viral is that every Friday he says he starts every video with the date and the day of the week. So today he would say, "Good morning, it's July 31st, 2021, and it's a Saturday." But on Fridays, he says, "If you can believe it, it's a Friday once again." And so now, unsurprisingly, there's a Twitter bot account that just, or maybe it's not a bot, but a Twitter account that just clips that, and every week just tweets out that clip of it's just David Lynch saying that.
That's awesome.
But especially on Saturdays and Sundays, part of the weather report video, he will say something along the lines of like, I wish all of you good luck with your projects today, or like hope the weekend projects are going well. And I say thank you, David. And when I think of my own projects, I think mostly of deck building.
I love that. That's so great.
One time in one of these videos, David Lynch said, "Today, one of the projects is gluing a nose onto a face." Yeah, okay. Sounds like fun. All right, well that's our project for today, and I wish you luck, Liz, on your other weekend projects, and to you as well, all the authority figures who may or may not be watching. Good luck with your projects. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time, Will. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. I'm gonna go. Are we off?